Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc, and I'm here with Alansquest.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to talk about the possible updates about God War Dungeon for the '07 RuneScape servers.
Yep, that's right. So there was pretty much a poll released on August 16th, and this video is actually going to be uploaded tomorrow. So the poll was put up yesterday, and there were four options. You can read off the four options.
Okay, so one of them is the PvP walls, which are kind of like the old PvP walls. So everywhere in Galenor, it's a PvP zone, so you can kill people while they are training skills and stuff like that. There are a couple of differences. There's no earning potential and stuff like that, but it will work pretty much in the same way than the old PvP walls used to work.
Yeah, and the second option was Clan Wars. Clan Wars, it's going to be pretty much exactly the same. When I think of Clan Wars, I kind of think of all the people luring people there. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a great addition, but some people do miss it. So,
Yeah. And the third thing is the Wilderness Tank. So this was supposed to be a release in 2006, I think, but the project got canceled, was replaced with the Beacon thing, like for fire making. And basically what the Wilderness Tank would be is like the Beacon network, but instead of giving fire making experience, it gives combat experience.
Yeah.
And the goal was to bring more people in the wilderness, so there's more targets for PKers.
Yeah, and then the very last one, which everyone has been asking for, well, most of the people have been asking for, was the God Wars. And everyone has been, kind of anticipating this. Well, at least I have. Not every PKer is so happy about this, but pretty much we're going to talk about God Wars for pretty much the rest of the video and how it's going to impact 2007 Scape. So we're going to talk about positive things first.
Okay, so one of the great thing about bringing back God War Dungeon is that it will bring back more PvMer to the game. Because right now, let's be honest, it's not really interesting for PvMers and boss hunters because the other bosses are kind of like a joke. I mean, there's the giant mole.
For real. Yeah, no one wants to kill the mole. I mean, let's be real. It's horrible. It's a horrible boss. And
I don't even know if it's better to kill the King Black Dragon or simply go and kill Steel Dragon and
yeah, for real, like
profit that way.
Exactly. So
and there's no special mechanics with the King Black Dragon or even the Barrow. Well, maybe for the Barrows it's kind of tricky, but it's still you play.
Yeah. And then there's also the Caliphite Queen, which, yeah, you can kill the Caliphite Queen all day long, but the Dragon Chain Drop, it's not really even that worth it in this game, really. I mean, it's
not even the best armor.
Yeah.
People don't really use it for training anyway.
Exactly. It's just for looks. So ultimately, what we're pretty much saying is bossing is just straight up horrible money. Like, you could do so much more than bossing and make, more profit than it.
And another thing that will get changed with the addition of the God War Dungeon would be the experience rate because of the new items. To be honest, there won't be that many changes with the experience rates. For Slayer, you're still going to train with a whip and a rune defender. You're not really going to use God Sword because they are less experience per hour. Only big change is like the Dragon Boots, because of the strength bonus.
Yeah.
For the Bender's Chestplate, it's still the same bonus than the Torso, so it's not really improved experience.
But there's also the Saradomin Sword. For people that are at bandits for freaking 24/7, they're training all night. It's like that training for strength is going to be probably the only thing. It has to do with XP wise. It's not really going to change too much though. In that kind of section.
Yeah, and with another thing about adding new item is that it will kind of shift the economy a little bit. Obviously the rune boots are going to crash hard.
Yeah.
Because the dragon boots.
Once they're introduced, I mean, everyone's gonna move over because it's just like they look sick too. compared to the rune boots, it just looks like you're wearing regular little boots. It's like
Yeah. Another thing is that it will add motivation for people to actually get money. Because right now, if you're a PVMer, you don't really need a lot of money to buy things. I mean, a whip is 2 million, the rune boots are like 300k, and for the armor, it costs nothing. You're either using like
Prostolite.
or you're using with a fire cape, which is also free in a way. So it costs nothing. But with the God of War dungeon, there will be like the bandage chestplate and things like that that will cost money. There's a point in getting money, not just for skill, but also for combat.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Now, we also talked about maybe a possible few twist so that it wouldn't impact people and it wouldn't tick off PKers necessarily as much. The possible twist we talked about that RC mentioned was possibly making these items untradeable, such as say you earn a AGS with your team or something like that. You get the AGS, but it's, kind of like a fire cape almost, like it's an achievement.
So yeah, not everybody will have an AGS. It's not really, you cannot simply go and buy one.
Yeah.
You will really need to earn it and train the skills to earn it.
To earn it, yeah, exactly. So
see someone with an AGS, you know that he really deserves it.
Yeah, like they worked their tail off and they were freaking, they went hard at God Wars. And we also talked about the AGS not kept on death. So if you were like risking it in the wilderness,
it make a big difference on how people actually play it, because right now if you're using an expensive item, you just protect item on death and think whatever you want. So by making it not kept on death, people will actually think, and it's not only a no-brainer to bring an AGS to PvP.
Yeah. So it will kind of balance out the people going out there. There won't be one-itemers, running around and, just speccing a 600 or a 700 or something like that. And it will reduce the rushers if it's like, wow, if I go out there with an AGS and I die, then that's it. It's gone. And, I think that might possibly, help out PKers too. Like they might be like, actually, that's a good idea. Let's do that. But no, we're just throwing ideas around. We also want to move on to the negative impacts that it's going to have on the game. So
like we have just mentioned, the biggest concern is that PVMer will be angry. I mean, I must say it's kind of unjust that someone just come at you and rush you and wanted you with an AGS without really deserving the kill.
Yeah.
But like we have mentioned, there are ways that could counter this situation.
Yeah. And I mean, and people have always asked for the, what is it? The kill count, or not kill counter, the, like, they used to have it back in RuneScape Classic. It was the counter where if you're like under attack, there's like a little counter where you can, like, you have 10 seconds or 5 seconds where you can eat up. I forget what it's called. Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, you cannot eat during the 3 first steps. Like
yeah. And so like like if you're already under attack, you can like people can't rush you pretty much. And so if they maybe added that would also take away the AGS fear that people have in the wilderness. So
another thing, like not really about PvP but more about the training, is that people might be concerned about the game becoming easier. I guess that's a big concern, because the main reason why people don't like EOC and RuneScape 3, like for the skiller parts, is that the game is becoming too easy.
Yeah.
And in a way, by adding the God of War dungeon, it's becoming more easy. I wouldn't say that more easy, that easier, because like we have mentioned, it's no big deal for experience in Slayer and other stuff like that. But,
yeah. And then the last thing we have on the list under negative is it's going to make other bosses less popular. Because let's be real, when you can go to Bandos and make, God Swords back in the day were like in the hundreds of mils. If you could get an AGS or a Bandos plate body, a chest plate, and over, you know, going to the mall or going to try to get a DFS or something like that, I mean, it's definitely gonna take a toll on the other bosses, and kind of make it almost dead content. Um,
So I guess that's pretty much what we had to talk about the God of War dungeon.
yeah, yeah. Um, and these videos, I don't know if we're gonna do more of these videos. It definitely depends. On my channel, the Alansquest channel, I plan on trying to get a new YouTuber every week almost, or every 2 weeks or something like that. So leave a suggestion for next week's YouTuber. I just want to thank you, RC, very much for joining me on this little feature. If you're watching from his channel, then you can click my channel in the description, or if you are watching from my channel, you can go to RC's channel. The link will be in the description also. So also make sure to comment in the section below, telling us what your opinion is on these possible ideas we put on the table for you guys. We want to hear what you guys have to say about all this, and we are excited for this update. So we will talk to you guys later, and peace out.